Hola, damas. Un momento, por favor, while I put this into AC Collective. What's going on, beautiful queens? So I'm coming in here really quick. For those of you that follow Camille on Facebook, she put a post up, and forgive me because I don't know the name of the movie. I'm sometimes behind the schedule when it comes to being up to date on the new releases. But there's an animated film that's up for an Oscar. And Camille put a post up in Facebook that basically showed this person put in 4 years ago in 2016, basically saying, hey, where my 3D people at? Because I have an excellent idea, an Oscar worthy idea. Get at me. And so here it is now using this image. And so here it is now that thing has come to fruition 4 years later. And so I know a lot of people love to talk about, energy and the law of attraction. If you're in church, it's all about your faith and speaking things into existence. And I'm here to challenge you all and to say that it's so much more than that. Hold on one second. I'm trying to get myself together. I heard a ding, which means somebody's also watching in the actual community. Hey, it's you. The person put that out there, and they're experiencing the manifestation of that thing that they thought and felt many years ago. And so what happens in the entrepreneurial arena is a lot of woo woo is brought into place. And so I'm going to be the knucklehead that believes that I can, de-zombify people. I think I'm going to bring you out of your zombie state where it is gimmicks and tricks and marketing and really just making you feel like anything is possible. And if I can really convict you in your faith, that I can get you and swindle you out of your money to buy the things that you desire. And so instead of chasing the paper, I'm going after people that are chasing dreams, so they're no longer chasing them, they actually truly manifest. And so at the end of the day, there is no such thing as just putting your mouth on something. There is no such thing as just, feeling energy and then attracting whatever it is that you desire. Whether you believe it or in the Bible or not, the most classic phrase is faith without works is dead. And so, in order for you to manifest, you have to realize that you have to have the actions, you have to have the word, you have to have the spirit and the mentality to go with it. And you have to have faith in something that's bigger and beyond you. So, this person that had this Oscar worthy idea, the first thing she did was she put it out there into the, and not just to herself. I really want to challenge some of you all to say what these bigger dreams are that you have and put it out in public. I know a lot of you don't want to because you're afraid that your family is going to be like, girl, ain't nobody never did that before, and ain't nobody in our family ever did that before, or you're crazy, who thinks like that. Those of you that follow me, you already know I'm not going to be a civil rights activist, but my parallel to speaking on my journey is Martin Luther King, because something stirs up in my spirit when I look at the way that he moved people to get them a desired result. And so I see myself being a person that is moving a massive amount of people, specifically my people. And so that I show up in a spirit of excellence. I've put that out there. I know what it looks like to not speak your full truth, because you don't want somebody, is she comparing herself to MLK? Who is she? Look, that's not what it's about. And so too many of you all put disclaimers out there and you don't fully speak what your truth is, but you have to speak that truth. And the reason why speaking is just as important as you believing is because if you say something to yourself long enough, you're going to begin to show up like that. So if you keep on saying, I'm a hoe, then you just gonna keep on, nigga, what you want? I don't want none of that. If you keep saying, look, I'm wife material, I don't even care what I did in my past, how many men I slept with, or what I did, I'm wife material. You carry yourself a certain way, and when people come to you the wrong way, you be sitting there like, dude, please, bye. And it's the same thing when it comes to business or anything else. If you keep saying, I'm gonna try to write a book, then you're going to be in a perpetual state of attempting. But if you say, you know what, I'm going to be the best known author ever, I'm putting out as many books as I can, then you turn around and before you know it, it's book after book after book after book after book. So you have to put your mouth on it. You have to say, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to accomplish. But then after that, you have to put in work. And see, this is where all entrepreneurs get stuck, because you think that putting in work is the fact, oh, I'm going to be the greatest motivational speaker ever. I'm going to be a world renowned coach. And then you think that all you had to do was put in work to make a Canva image and then put some copy out there. No, you got to put your feet to the street. I know everybody's sitting there telling you you got 6 steps to 6 figures in 6 days, and you got a 7 figure, 7 month strategy or whatever it is. But at the end of the day, all of those people have that story, that it's a hard knock life for us, like level story of what they had to go through in order to get to where they are right now. And so in order to get people to spend the money right away, you guys are going to realize I'm talking a lot about the lack of integrity that is going on in the industry. They would rather appease that right now desire, that microwave desire, that instantaneous desire, when nothing in your life ever since you talking, you walking, you crawling, you reading. There has never been anything in your life that you have done instantaneously. Some people have a stronger, more profound, innate ability to exercise certain gifts compared to other people. And those are the ones who are usually chosen to be at the forefront and lead. But at the end of the day, even us, I'm highly intuitive, but that doesn't mean that that gift doesn't have to be exercised. People look at me and the way I quote the word and how my spirit moves, but they have to understand that that comes from a lot of study, a lot of reading, a lot of teaching, and it doesn't stop, because I've just began a new path, and God willing that this is for me to be in an atmosphere where my spirit can be groomed and taught even more, because I'm never satisfied. I'm never complacent. And so on this journey, you got to say what it is that you want. You have to have faith and believe that they're going to be the universe is always conspiring in the background. And then you have to put the action towards it, because if she just had the ideal and kept thinking about it and never actually made it, then there would be no Oscar nomination today. 4 years later, let me see what you're saying. Kami, you said that's not work. That's sampling, girl. I'm telling you, I just be loving your phrases. You said everybody's favorite Bible quote, but they don't follow it. Yeah, and if you notice it, in the reverses in the Bible too, work without faith is dead, and faith without work is dead. Either way it goes, one without the other is dead. So you could just push and push and push and don't believe, but just be doing something just to do it, and you won't get any results. So my challenge, especially to the people that are in the Authentic Collective, is I'm calling you guys out to say that deeply rooted vision that you people are going to think you're crazy about, and say it out loud. You said, right, he asked for 3D artists, but it ended up being animation without 3D. But right, but the work went in, period. Right. So, but exactly. So what is that radical thing? If you're watching here on YouTube, put it down. If you're in the Authentic Collective, put it down. Because you didn't just start working in finances because you're like, yeah, I just want to work with a couple of clients and, make a little extra money. Most of if you follow me, there's a deeply spiritual root. You know what it can't look like to come out of bankruptcy and all of those things, and you don't want to see anybody else go through that. And then you look at your neighborhoods and you look at how we, got all of the high interest loans, and we're not financially, astute, and you want to help people. You didn't just get into working with kids just because, what, I'm pretty good with kids and this is going to be a good way to make some money. No, you're tired of them being pushed and shuffled through a system. You know that they're geniuses, and if they have the right resources, they'll be smarter and wiser. Whatever it is about what you're doing, there's a deeply seated root behind it. And I want you to go ahead and say, if you believe that you're going to be in the history books for the level of world change that you're about to put out there, do that. And I'm only asking you to say it not from a braggadocious standpoint, but for you to release it. Now, some people, you said, let me read this really quick. You said my gold notebook thing, LOL. Only because hers is a little bit more of a proprietary. She don't want to, release all of that out. But yes, it is going down. And it may not be me. But even if you don't do it to me, and even if you don't do it to YouTube, be brave and say it to somebody. Say it. Camille is part of my inner circle, and she can remember it. Dang it, it was 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, when I was like, I need to share something with you about the fullness of what I understand about my purpose. And it doesn't matter if you don't see the whole picture, but with tears in my eyes, I talked to her and Imani, and I said, this is what I see God has for me. And I remember being afraid. Some of you, you may literally be afraid, because I was like, what I'm going to be doing is very challenging, because every single time a Black leader rises and they have basically a Messiah effect, a saving people effect, if they begin to shake up what's going on in America, they get murdered. They're assassinated. They get murdered. I like murdered better. Let's make it as ugly as it fucking is. But seriously, that's what happens. And so, since they know the fullness of my dream and how I'm going hard, especially for my queens and my brothers too, but I got to help get my sisters together. The things that I'm bringing to the table and the stuff that I'm saying, you guys have barely seen the tip of the iceberg of how controversial it's going to be. But we can't be afraid. God didn't give us a spirit of fear. He gave us a spirit of power, of love, and of a sound mind. And so I'm like, wait a minute, do I really believe? Do I really believe? You say, yeah, call it what it is, murder. Exactly. Assassination makes it sound, like, oh my God, look at what happened in history. No, they be killing us. They be killing us. That's exactly what they do. And so I know where I'm going. I know what I'm doing. But I remember when I was afraid to speak those words. I don't want you to hold them back because of fear either. And if you feel like you don't have a tribe where you can do that, Black Queen, bring your tail on over to www.aclive.co. Join the tribe of the Authentic Collective, where sisters, where we not trying to be proper, poised, and professional. We are just being. We are being the queens that we were birthed to be. We are standing up and we are shining, and we're walking in our greatness. So what's your greatness? Put it in the comments. I know you can't put the notebook thing in the comments, but Camille, since you on here with me, you might not have time right there this minute, but put your affirmation in the comments and say in the AC live, and say what it is that I will be. This is happening, so on and so forth, and speak that thing as if it is here now. Those of you that follow me, you see that I see myself as an influencer in my future, and I move like an influencer now, and I'm making sure that I'm everywhere that I can be so that people can see that. So I got to get out of here because I got a client call soon. I need to drink me some water, get myself together. But I love you all, and I'll talk to you later. Deuces.